that. Dynasty versus destiny. Pythagoras said, numbers rule all things. And yes, numbers rule baseball. ERA, OPS, OBS, integers, fractions, decimals. They're all part of the fabric of this great game. And in this World Series, some numbers mean more than others, like 10, 12, and 14. That's the math the Giants believe in. Third World Series championship in 5 years? Bingo. Standing in their way? The Royals. Looking to shed 29 years of pain. That's when this guy was king. But then sometimes in baseball, you can throw out all those numbers, except for one. 7. As in Game 7 of the 2014 World Series. Right now on Fox.
It is Game 7 of the 2014 World Series. A packed house in Kansas City for the Giants and the Royals. Here we go. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. Harold Reynolds and Tom Verducci are both coming right up. Well, this is when this game is simply at its best. Why? Because every pitch, every at-bat, every managerial move is scrutinized. Tonight, at the end of the night, we know who the winner of the World Series is. One team wins, one team loses. These two teams, the Giants and the Royals, have squeezed every drop they can out of this season and out of this postseason. This should be some night. Going to start over here to my left. Tom Verducci slides in, and really the intrigue with this game is what's got to get you, because we're going to keep one eye on the field, one eye on the bullpen, the managers. I mean, there's so much going into this last game.
Oh, it's a chess match for me. Listen, we will see history tonight. Game 7 is that big. Think about the names we always associate with this game. Mazeroski and Morris, Renteria, Gonzalez. But tonight's a little different. We may be talking about the managers. Think about Bruce Bochy and the Giants. His decision regarding Madison Bumgarner. In his bullpen, Bumgarner, the lowest career World Series ERA in history. When does he go to him, and for how long? And for Ned Yost, the question is, when does he go to his 3 power relievers? We know he'll start with Kelvin Herrera. It could be as early as the 2nd inning. This game, Game 7, is played on the razor's edge between fame and infamy. Every pitch, every swing, and tonight, every decision.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see when those decisions get made. We're already talking about the bullpen. The game hasn't started, and that's because, Harold, it's a rematch of game number 3, and 2 starters you just don't know. It's Jeremy Guthrie and Tim Hudson.
You know, they both started off pretty good, I thought, in game 3, and I'll start with Jeremy Guthrie. I thought he did a great job adjusting from being just power as it comes to fastball, but he got him on his breaking pitch and his changeup, and he got him off the fastball, and he was able to get through 5 innings because of that. If he has that tonight, he'll be very successful. Tim Hudson started off slow, but he got the ball down where he likes to live with his sinker and his splits and gets ground balls. So if we see that, maybe the bullpen doesn't come into play immediately. I'm not saying it won't be. This will be a bullpen game, but these two, don't overlook how well they did pitch in game 3.
Well, as we look at this game, realize that the 2 starting pitchers are making history here tonight. Why? Because Tim Hudson is 39 years old. He is the big league's active win leader with 216. He's matched up against a well-traveled 35-year-old, and these two together make up the oldest World Series Game 7 pitching matchup. Here's the Taco Bell starting lineup for the Giants. Taco Bell, sometimes you gotta live Moss. The top 3 guys, Gregor Blanco, Joe Panik, Buster Posey. In the middle, it's the same look. Pablo Sandoval, Hunter Pence, and Brandon Belt. Little change on the back end. The DH still Michael Morse. Up to the number 8 spot is the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. And Juan Perez gets the start in left field. There are the numbers from Game 3. For Jeremy Guthrie, he went 5 and got the win back in San Francisco. We get you set for baseball tonight. We go down to the field and check in with Aaron Andrews.
Joe, thanks. And this is exactly what Ned Yost wanted, a Game 7. He admits it's a unique situation because his bullpen is fully rested. He said his biggest challenge, like you guys have mentioned, is figuring out very quickly Jeremy Guthrie's comfort level and how long he can go. He admitted to us he's going to keep something in the back of his mind, something his longtime mentor, Bobby Cox, taught him. You have to be able to figure out when to get your guy out right up to the pitch. pitch before he gives it all up. Shoot with your best. Now for more, let's send it over to Kenny Rosenthal.
Thanks, Aaron. For the Giants, Madison Bumgarner ready to go out of the bullpen. He told me today this whole thing is not as big a deal as people think. Now, last night he joked that he could throw 200 pitches tonight. Today he said he wished he would have said it like this: whatever my final pitch count is at the end of the outing, that's what I was ready to do. Joe?
Folks, sit back and enjoy it. Only the second time in the last 12 years the World Series has a Game 7. There's nothing like a Game 7 in October.
This is the biggest stage of our national pastime. The game you've played 100 times growing up. Game 7. Momentum can change in an instant. Trust me, I know. Let's party like it's 1985. This is Game 7 of the World Series on Fox.
In the Fox Hit Show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Crisp night, 62 at the start of it. And away we go in Game 7. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. The other finals for the weather. Humidity down, it's clear, no threat of rain. Started at 62, already down to 55. It's really dropped over the last half hour. Wind negligible and 5 miles per hour. And there is Jeremy Guthrie. You know that fact by now, if you're paying attention at all. The home team has won 9 straight Game 7s in the World Series. Here's the defense. Out in the outfield, they can go get it. Alex Gordon is in left. Lorenzo Cain, who's better at covering ground than him in center, and Nori Aoki is in right. Eric Hosmer is at first base. Omar Infante is at second. Shortstop is Alcides Escobar. The third baseman is Mike Moustakas, the catcher. What a series he's had. What a year he's had. Salvador Perez on the mound. Jeremy Guthrie. He'll bring you the opening pitch, which is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Here's to Budweiser. Here's to baseball. And while we settle in, our broadcast also streaming live on the Fox Sports Go app, foxsportsgo.com. And for coverage of this game in Spanish, please tune to Fox Deportes.
You ready, Joe?
I'm ready.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Let's go. Strike one starts the night. Throw that baseball out of play from a guy who was a 22nd overall pick out of Stanford by Cleveland, but he has bounced. Claimed off waivers by Baltimore, traded to Colorado, traded to Kansas City. Second full year here with the Royals. Strike two.
He starts the game off with back-to-back changeups. Talked about in Game 3 how he kept him off his fastball. Again, Tom. 3 in a row.
5-pitch guy, and it's any pitch at any time. Game 3, 40 fastballs, 37 off-speed pitches. Expect the same kind of split tonight.
That's out of play. Home plate umpire tonight is Jeff Nelson. He's joined by Eric Cooper at first, Jim Reynolds at second, Ted Barrett at third. The crew chief, Jeff Kellogg, is in right. Hunter Wendelstedt is down the left field line. Jerry Meals is the replay umpire in New York. Into center. Easy for Lorenzo Cain. It'll bring in the rookie Joe Panik, and it was interesting, guys, to watch Pablo Sandoval, who could very well be playing in his last game as a San Francisco Giant here tonight, go up and down the bench prior to tonight's game, talk to each guy. And one guy he spent some time with is the guy digging into the plate, the rookie Joe Panik.
Yeah, you might not think of Sandoval as a team leader, but he certainly is one. Speaks up at team meetings before games.
Ball one to Panik. If there's anybody
think he's loose,
he's ready to go. Why not? He's got a .429 career batting average when his team faces elimination in the postseason. He knows how to do it this time of year. A ball and a strike on Panik.
Jeremy Guthrie coming out with the fastball changeup combination. I think it's a great attack early in the game. And I really like how Bruce Bochy's put Panik in the 2 spot to get him pitches to hit as well.
To the right side. Guthrie's there. 2 down. Bring in a guy, Harold, who you talked about before tonight's game as the man on the San Francisco side compared to the guy on the Kansas City side, Alex Gordon, who's got to get something done tonight.
Well, they're the 2 star players, and anytime you have a World Series, you see a guy struggle like Buster has, they basically set up a plan and said he will not beat us. Same with Gordon. But I do think in a game 7, these are the guys you got to keep an eye on.
Strike one.
As Tom, as you well know, one swing can change history.
Yeah, I think he's had good at bats, just hasn't shown the power. And how about Jeremy Guthrie early on? Clearly, he has a good feel for the changeup. A lot of changeup in the early going right here, first inning.
Shattered back. Dive and stop Moustakas. Who's going to be the star tonight? Who's going to win the World Series? After a half inning in Game 7, no score. Starting lineup for Kansas City brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you got to live boss. They're going to start it off as they have in every game of this World Series that's been played in Kansas City. Alcides Escobar, Nori Aoki, and Lorenzo Cain, with Eric Hosmer, Billy Butler, and Alex Gordon in the middle. And on the back end, it's Salvador Perez. What a series he's had. Mike Moustakas just made that good diving play at third, and Omar Infante, the second baseman, batting at ninth. Here he is, Tim Hudson, at 39 years old, oldest pitcher in baseball history to start a World Series game number 7.
Sinkers, cutters, and splits. The key for him, pay attention to the knee guard of the shin guard of Buster Posey, the right one that's down and away to right-handers. Needs to control that area of the plate, down and away right-handers.
He's been dealing with a sore right hip in the second half of the year. Hudson is first to Escobar, up there ready to pump. Strike one. Tim was a 6th round pick in '97 by Oakland. Came up in '99, was outstanding for the A's. Traded to Atlanta, was there from 05 to 2013. Year number 1 in San Francisco, and he's finally in the World Series. As the count even to the ball and a strike.
First 2 pitches, you can already see the adjustment Hudson made from game 1. Ball down. And that's the whole key. Now, a guy you face like this, you say, get the ball up, get it above the knees, and get a chance to hammer it.
8 out of 26 in this series is Escobar, and now in the hole 1 and 2.
That was the cutter right there. After 2 sinkers, watch it disappear on Escobar.
Keep it 1 and 2. Alcides has taken off since taking over the leadoff spot in the lineup for Ned Yost, hitting .328. He's the #1 hitter in both the regular season and postseason, trying to get on in front of Aoki. They'll keep eyes and cameras on the bullpens on each side here tonight in Game 7.
You know who I was looking for? I saw him out there too. Mr. Bumgarner.
There he is.
Hudson on 1 and 2. 2 and 2.
The bullpen's never that crowded the first inning of the game, except for Game 7. Even your late relievers will typically go out there middle innings of a game. In this case, everybody's present and accounted for from the first pitch.
That's hit hard into left and right at Perez. One away. You know, Juan Perez is in left. Baseball just found him. Travis Ishikawa starts this night on the bench with Gregor Blanco in center. Hunter Pence in right. It's Brandon Belt, good first baseman. Joe Panik, the rookie second baseman. Brandon Crawford at short. Pablo Sandoval, the Panda, he's coming in with Aoki digging in. Buster Posey catching. And with one out, Hudson deals with Nori. Aoki got his first hit of the World Series here last night, an RBI hit. Strike one. Ned Yost in his 4th full year as manager of the Royals. Bruce Bochy in his 8th, looking for his 3rd World Championship with the Giants. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's interesting with Hudson following Peavy, similar style, and what he may have learned last night from watching Jake Peavy and how he tries to navigate through this Royal lineup.
That's into the Giants dugout. Everybody appears to be okay down there, and Sandoval will back up now more at third base with a 1-2 count.
Well, they're all in the bullpen. Somebody would have picked off by now.
Dangerous foul ball on the count, 1-2. Hit the dirt. 2-2.
Well, you saw yesterday Peavy was able to get in on him late in the count, and they're going to continue that same trend.
That's the curveball. Hudson won't throw many, but does like to throw them to left-handed hitters. When he's on, you will see a lot of ground balls, not that many swings and misses.
On 2-2. Full count. Hudson got off to a great start to the 12th of June. 13 starts, 7-2. ERA under 2 since the middle of June. 21 starts, 2-12. Is 3-2. He is down. The 1-1. Take a look at Tim Hudson now. He is the oldest. It had been Roger Clemens to start for the Yankees in 2001 in that series against the Diamondbacks.
Johnson, that's stood up there for a long time.
A couple of black and white photos in that mix.
There's Kim Hudson. We've talked to her a couple of times this postseason. As she sweats through it in the seats on a cold night in Kansas City. Her husband, Tim, is 1 on 1 out with Lorenzo Cain digging in, ready to go. Ball 1 inside.
It'll be interesting now with the running game how this changes things, because that's one thing that Kansas City will try to do is push the envelope a little like they've done all year long. But once that pitcher gets into the stretch, it kind of changes the tempo. He's fortunate to keep balls down even with the walk. Let's see if he elevates the pitch now he's out of the stretch.
Royals have only stolen 1 base in this World Series, 1 for 2. And a check on Aoki.
Runners this year against Hudson, 16 out of 19 stealing. Don't discount the hit and run possibility because he does not get many swings and misses. Pitches to contact.
Aoki, the runner at first, stole 17 during the regular season, has won this postseason. That's inside again, 2-0.
I just keep thinking about all we've talked about all day, the bullpens. Don't think the starting pitchers don't know that. The pressure on them to execute the one pitch that they have to make at that specific time is enormous.
Well, Hudson's got to execute a pitch here. 2-0. Broken back. Sandoval out at second and safe at first.
The pivot here gets rid of the ball quick. Cain's just getting down the line. It's a broken bat. It's a nice turn, but you're not going to turn it on Lorenzo Cain. It's one of those balls. Once it hit the grass, it slowed down. Or else he may have had a chance at it shot a little bit faster. It hit that grass and slowed it down, but you want to make sure you get one with him running and make sure you get at least one out.
And so 2 out in the inning, and here's Hosmer. Eric's got 20 hits this postseason. Hitting .377. Big swing, strike one.
Good call by Buster Posey right there with the changeup, knowing Hosmer, notorious first ball, fastball hitter. The big swing got him out in front.
Giants won 88 games. The Royals won 89. These are 2 wild card teams meeting in the World Series. Only other time that's happened, 2002. Nobody cares how you get here. These 2 teams have marched to this World Series and played to a draw through 6. Strike 2 on Hosmer.
I like the 0-1 pitch that he threw to Hosmer up and in. It gives him a different look, a fastball up. You know, as a hitter, you're looking to get a ball up. But it also, if Cain was running on that pitch, it gave Buster a great position to set up and throw. Then they came back with the changeup. So now you focus on the hitter. You got 2 strikes, 2 outs. If Lorenzo Cain runs, he runs.
That's the 4-seam fastball he had in the last couple of years. He throws so many pitches down at the knees. Once in a while, he needs to change the eye level of the hitter.
Pitches, strike 3, and the inning is over. Hudson gets a strikeout as he gets Hosmer looking. And we're through 1 scoreless in Game 7 of the World Series. Sandoval, Pence, Belt coming up. Kim and Tim celebrate a scoreless first. Go into the second, tailing fastball at 92. Jumps back in for a strike on Sandoval. It'll be Pablo, then Hunter Pence, then Brandon Belt. No score after 1 in Game 7. And flips Sandoval, and down to first he goes. Hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Tried to double up inside on Sandoval. A little cut to this fastball, and excuse me, gets a little bit of the elbow.
And sometimes you see guys get hit intentionally and pull the elbow down. For me, thank you very much, Pablo. You don't want this guy swinging the bat.
Well, let's just say he was in no hurry to get out of the way of the pitch.
That's a great non-move by Sandoval.
Well, here's Hunter Pence. Fouls it back here. Hunter goes up there ready, seems like to jump out of his shoes. He's 10 out of 23 in this World Series. He's only struck out twice. He's been a deadly 2-strike hitter. Hitting .435, 323 overall this postseason. There's a strike. It's 0-2.
Every World Series, there's a player that kids in the backyard go, this guy's really good. And Hunter Pence, I think a lot of kids are going to start hitting like Hunter in the backyard in those football games. He has been impressive in this series.
Even with that awkward approach. But even he laughs at it bit. Left side base hit. And it's 2 on with nobody out here in the second inning for the Giants. Another base hit for Hunter Pence.
Base hit on a 2-strike count. He seems to be more comfortable. Again, choking up a little bit more with 2 strikes. Breaking ball down. Look at the head stay right on this baseball.
Yeah, that's a bad pitch executed right there. 0-2, you can't give him enough to hit like that.
Well, here's the opportunity for the Giants here in the second, and we'll keep an eye on the bullpen because talking to Ned Yost before the game, he said even in the second inning, if things look like they're starting to get away from us, I will go to Kelvin Herrera to stop it. Strike 1 on Belt as they continue to pound inside on Brandon Belt.
That one zone they have executed right inside on Brandon the whole series. They shift the infield over and they try to get in his hands. We haven't seen the changeup this half inning yet.
It worked in the first. 2 on, nobody out. Upstairs, a ball and a strike.
Keep waiting pitch after pitch inside on Bell for him to maybe cheat and sell out a little bit on the ball in.
Keep waiting for him to hammer one.
Here's a 1-1. Hard hit, foul. And they count 1-2.
That's the ball.
That time he did.
Yeah, they wanted to get it in, and they actually ended up leaving it out a little bit more than the ones he's been swinging through.
That's the one time he did get the barrel out there.
That leadoff man matters.
Two and 2. Lead runner is Pablo Sandoval. Trail runner is Hunter Pence. If the ball gets shot into the gap, Hunter Pence will be running up the back of Pablo Sandoval. A 2-2. Hard hit base hit right side. Sandoval will hold at third. The bases are loaded on a base hit by Brandon Belt. And the batter will be Michael Morse, the DH.
Great execution and great call. Sandoval holds. You can't send him on this. You got a bases loaded, no out situation. Flannery holding him up. The Giants are in business.
Guthrie thought he had opened up the back half of the plate with all those pitches inside. That was a breaking ball that got too much of the plate.
Nobody throwing in the bullpen yet. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Michael Morse. It started with a hit by pitch. And now the chance for the DH. Strike 1.
This is the difference between the National League and the American League. You see, little bullpen, action out the pen. But the designated hitter changes everything, how you navigate through jams. And we watch guys in San Francisco pitch out of jams like this because they can get to the pitcher spot. Not happening today.
Morse into right field. Aoki will make the catch. Tagging and scoring Sandoval. Tagging going to third is Hunter Pence. And the Giants lead 1-0 here in the second. Michael Morse delivers the run. Sandoval scores after reaching on the hit by pitch.
Great approach by Morse, not trying to roll over. Take what they give you. Drove a ball the opposite way and picked up the run.
Tim Hudson likes it. Morse, a difficult matchup for Guthrie, and this guy right here at the plate now, Crawford, 5 for 6 against Jeremy Guthrie.
And Brandon Crawford is in 8 straight World Series games. First and third, 1 out. And a ball low from Guthrie. There are the numbers at bottom line in the World Series for Crawford. Moved up a spot tonight with Juan Perez batting 9th behind him. Count 2-0.
Just starting to wonder, where's his changeup gone? Remember the game in Los Angeles that we kept talking about with Kershaw? He kept forcing himself through with fastball, fastball, fastball. And he wasn't able to get through the inning against the Cardinals. That's what's happening with Guthrie. Reaching back, trying to go fastball, fastball, fastball. Right there, we finally saw the changeup again.
Bullpen springs to action for Kansas City. Here's a 2-0. Fly ball into center. That will be deep enough to score Hunter Pence. Set fly by Crawford. It's 2-0 Giants here in the second. Brandon Crawford gets it done with a fly ball into center. Back-to-back sac flies.
You gotta love the execution of the Giants. No ground balls this half inning. Putting everything in the air, picking up the runs. Really good approach.
Guthrie, like Hudson, is not a swing and miss guy. No strikeouts in game 3.
None so far here tonight. Now Juan Perez batting 9th. Strike 1. There's Finnegan getting loose. The left-handed hitting Gregor Blanco on deck. That's foul, strike 2.
I think maybe the reason you see Finnegan instead of Herrera is you're looking for length. You know, you don't want to try to bring Herrera in to stop it right now, knowing that he's only going to go maybe 1 or 2 innings. Finnegan may be able to stretch you for a few innings.
We wanted the impression he might go to Herrera as early as the second, but the left-handers due up behind Perez. It'll be more of a matchup with Finnegan.
Meanwhile, the 0-2 pitch. Strikeout ends the inning, but not before the Giants take a Game 7 lead. The crowd at the Civic Center back in San Francisco reacting. It started with a hit batsman, 2 hits in the inning, 2 sac flies, 2-0 Giants after an inning and a half. Tim Hudson with a 2-0 lead. Billy Butler first up, the DH. 4 for 11 in this World Series. Strike 1 from Hudson. How smart is Pablo Sandoval? We saw him wink at the camera before his at-bat leading off in the second. He went up there. The game just slows down for some guys. He let that pitch graze his right elbow, got the first to start the inning and scored the first run of the night. Now a base hit starts the second for Kansas City. The guy who's been in this organization longer than any other current Kansas City Royal starts the second with a hit.
Well, I like how all the hitters are approaching, not trying to do too much with what they're given. The Giants doing a great job of not hitting to a double play. Butler not rolling over, taking it back up the middle. But the Royals are going to do anything. This guy right here is going to have to be in the middle of it.
A guy who had a 3-hit game in Game 1 of the ALCS, and since then hitting under 100. 3 out of 32. Royals need him to kick it back into gear. He hits one into right center. He's done just that. It'll roll to the track all the way to the wall. Here comes Butler. The relay by Crawford. Too late. 2-1.
Joe, he gets a ball in the middle and doesn't miss it. This ball starts to run back over instead of starting at it and come back over the plate. It started in the middle and stayed out there, and he drilled it in the gap. Are you guys ready to fasten your seatbelt yet?
It just has that feeling, Tom, doesn't it?
It does, and the size of the ballpark allows Billy Butler to score from first base. Herm Hence just could not cut that ball off.
Now Salvador Perez, runner at second, nobody out, gets smoked. Hit on the lower part of his left leg, and he cannot stand up.
Same pitch that Gordon hit, the two-seamer running arm side, and that was just a tracer. He just had no chance of getting out of the way of the ball. Chased him.
It's just above the knee instead of on the knee. This is big. Backup catcher not playing very much, and him playing 158 games this year behind the plate. See the numbers right there.
Well, Aaron Kratz going to just will him down to first base. And it's going to take a lot, Tom, you would think, to get him out of this lineup in a Game 7 of the World Series. He has been such a force behind the plate. Eric Kratz, his backup, hasn't played this entire postseason.
It's the most anonymous job in baseball. Backup catcher to Salvador Perez. Start number 158 for him tonight. That's the most ever in any one year for a catcher in the big leagues.
This is easy for me to say, but I think the good news for Perez is it caught him at least above the knee in a meatier part of the leg. He's going to try to get down to first base. Try to continue, otherwise that hit by pitch would have a lasting effect here in this Game 7.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about him being able to squat. And you can see him clenching his left fist. That is some kind of pain. This is that Willis Reed moment from our childhood, where you go ahead and just gut it out, big boy, gut it out.
Meanwhile, Jeremy Affeldt has plenty of time to get ready. He told us he can get ready in 8 to 11 pitches. I'm sure he's got that many in by now.
This delay with Moustakas, a left-handed hitting third baseman, coming up, allows Affeldt to get ready. If Bochy wants to go that way, and you can see the impact of the baseball above the left knee, Salvador Perez.
That hurt. You saw how far that ball ran. What Tim Hudson's thinking right there is, I don't want to create a big inning and let him hit a ground ball to the right side and move him over. So he's going to bust him in, hoping he'll pull the baseball. That ball just ran and ended up hitting him in the knee. Moving a little better.
He just took a light little jog, and you might have heard the crowd just trying to will him to stay in the game. It wasn't pretty, but he did take a bit of a jog.
They'll stay in there for now. Lincecum and Affeldt getting ready. And Moustakas about to walk in with 2 on, nobody out in the one-run game. Pitcher is hit a batter, but a world away from what grazed off the elbow of Pablo Sandoval to what just ran into the knee, the left knee, just above it of Salvador Perez. Moustakas went deep last night, has 5 home runs this postseason. Blocked by Posey, ball 1.
Secondary lead as he tried to hop off the base. He is in some kind of pain. He took a half a step and said, that is it.
In the air to left. Back is Perez. Had to turn around. Makes the catch. Tagging is Gordon. He's at third, safe with 1 out, with fantastic base running.
You want to know how big this park is? Right there tells you how big the park is. When do you see a guy tag up on a ball to left field and challenge a left fielder who could throw the baseball? Now, Perez wasn't expecting him to run. That just doesn't happen to the left fielder. What a gamble and what a play by Alex Gordon. Get the other hand around.
Meanwhile, Salvador Perez almost immobile over at first. Talk about the Kansas City team's speed. We haven't seen them run much in the way of a stolen base. Only one so far in this World Series, but it pops up right there with Gordon. Now Infante. Strike one from Hudson, trying to keep a lead.
This is where he has to pound that area where he most naturally throws the baseball down and away, sinkers, cutters, and splits to try to get that ground ball. Highest ground ball rate of any active pitcher, Tim Hudson. He knows he's just one pitch away from getting out of here.
Infante in the air to center. Blanco the catch, the throw. Here comes Gordon.
Execute now. Great job of getting the ball in the air. And then Gordon's going to score. And you kick the ball around all you want to do. The Giants. Salvador Perez is going nowhere. Infante, again, keeping the ball in the air, not getting the ground ball.
They might not be stealing bases, but Alex Gordon just stole a run by tagging up from second base to get to third.
And then scoring on the sac fly to center by Infante. So back where we started, two for each side. Now base hit by Escobar as Perez goes down to second with 2 out. And that is going to be it for Tim Hudson. With Aoki coming up. Affeldt and Lincecum in the bullpen. It will be Jeremy Affeldt. Such a big late inning weapon for Bruce Bochy. Coming on in the second inning with 2 out. Hudson cannot get through 2. Tied at 2. In a third. 5 runs on 5 hits tonight, up 2-0 going into the bottom of the second. Tim Hudson lasts only 1 out more, an inning and 2/3, and he gives way to Jeremy Affeldt, who's had 21 consecutive scoreless efforts in the postseason. But here he is, guys, in the second inning. And while all this is going on, you wonder on the other side how much longer Ned Yost will be willing to stick with Jeremy Guthrie.
I would say batter by batter.
Guthrie back around the dugout. He's still staying in. Nobody's up in the pen. But I'm thinking right with you guys.
2 on, 2 out. Lead runner is Salvador Perez, who was hit hard by that pitch from Hudson. 2 out, Aoki. Ball 1 from Affeldt, who was originally drafted into the Kansas City Royals organization and traded away in 2006 to Colorado.
And with Perez at second base hobbling around, Aoki almost has to hit the ball to the fence to get him in.
Chopper off the plate, tough play, got him at second. Good play by Brandon Crawford. What a good young player he is. Gloved it, stepped on the bag, and we are through 2 in Game 7. Got the out. 2-2 after 2. Provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Guthrie back out for the third, but he's got a lot of eyes on him and help in the bullpen if he needs it. Blanco takes a strike. Gregor flying to center his first time now, just 4 out of 25 in this World Series. By the way, as we watch Salvador Perez get around behind the plate after getting drilled by that pitch from Hudson, he looked pretty good warming up Guthrie to start this third.
Yeah, he did. I watched him throw down the second base, as I'm sure the Giants did. A little bit compromised. Shorter stride, not that he aired it out.
Guthrie snags it. 1 away.
Right there, you saw him not even back up the throw to first base. Here's the throw to second. A little gingerly. Again, he's not going to air it out. Watching him, I thought he was a little bit compromised. Then on that ground ball, again, really not leaving the catcher's box for unnecessary running.
With 1 out, nobody on, here's Joe Panik. Grounded out to the right side in the first. So Jeremy Affeldt checks into this game in the bottom of the second out of the pen for the Giants. When will Ned Yost go to his? By the way, as Panik takes a strike. The last time Jeremy Affeldt came out of the pen in the second inning or earlier was never. First time he's ever pitched that early in a ball game in the big leagues. Strike 2.
We talked to Ned Yost about that. These relief pitchers do have routines to get ready late. He made sure he told them, whatever routine you have, start it early. General rules do not apply to Game 7.
Panik waits for the 0-2. Takes ball 1. Posey next. He grounded out to third. Diving stop by Moustakas back in the first.
Well, you can see Guthrie getting back to that changeup. The inning got away from him a little bit, and he started the game off with the changeup and then went to the fastball. And same pattern that Buster Posey that ended up allowing him to break his bat on the fastball in. Kind of pitching backwards in a sense.
That's strike 3.
That was a nasty cutter, but I'm going to go back and show you what he did early in the game to kind of set the trend, and this is what hitters are talking about. There's a changeup down to Blanco. He backed him up, back-to-back changeups. Here's with Panik in the first inning to get him to ground out, and then Buster Posey chased one, and then he busted him in, and now you're setting up all 3 of your pitches. You got the cutter right here that he got the strikeout on. You saw him break a bat on a fastball to Posey, and he's got the changeup working, so he's trying to figure things out.
Not ready to just give up. Hand it over to the bullpen. Pitch too long for this. The 35-year-old right-hander. Jeremy Guthrie is Posey is in the hole at 2.
I like to say he's throwing snowflakes, Joe. No 2 the same. I mean, really, any pitch, any time, uses both sides of the plate. Looks very comfortable right now.
I can steal that. That's a nice line.
Back-to-back strikeouts. And Guthrie rights the ship. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Kansas City. Tied at 2. Get through to Jeremy Guthrie. Got it back together and just had a 1-2-3 third inning. So Guthrie wins that little battle in this oldest Game 7 pitching matchup in World Series history. 2-2 game, bottom of the third inning. Here's Lorenzo Cain. We had a chance to visit with Ned Yost, the manager of the Royals, during the break. Strike 1 from Affeldt. The start by Tim Hudson, going an inning and 2/3 in this Game 7, the shortest in a Game 7 since Bob Turley. The Yankees went 1 inning back in 1960 in Game 7. That did not end well for the Yankees. It did end well for Bill Mazeroski and the Pittsburgh Pirates. One ball, one strike from Affeldt. Strike two.
You know, it's fascinating being able to spend time around certain players, and we got to talk with Jeremy Affeldt. When he broke into the big leagues with the Royals, 95, 96, up top with a nasty 12-6 curveball. Changed his arm angle, work ethic and everything, and now has really become a reliable distance reliever. Can do so many things against a righty and a lefty. Changing that arm slot, Tom, is what he raved about.
Yeah, you're right. He was over the top, four-seam fastball, big 12-6 curveball guy. Reinvented himself. Learned the sinker from David Weathers, sinker ball specialist, right-handed pitcher in Cincinnati, and really kind of changed the break on that curveball so it's not so big.
Kane fights it off. He's a smart guy, Affeldt. And he's a survivor. He's a left-handed pitcher coming out of a bullpen. So often these days in the big leagues, the lefties are a one or two batter guy. Left-handed on left-handed specialist. That's not Affeldt. That's why he came in early, and that's why he's dealing with Kane, the right-handed batter here in the third. Kane in a battle. The count stays 1-2.
Lorenzo Cain has become a player right in front of our eyes, too. You know, this at bat, he's had at bats like this throughout the whole postseason. And the upside potential, he's just starting to figure out what he's capable of doing. You see the confidence oozing with every game.
Two and two.
When you talk about breakout stars in the postseason, certainly you talk about Kane. I got another one for you. Ned Yost, manager of the Kansas City Royals. Boy, have I been impressed with him. And his team now reflects his personality. You wouldn't have said that a while ago, but as loose as the Royals are, that's how loose Ned Yost has been.
That's into right. Kane in a battle, and he wins it with a single into right field. And here is Ned Yost. The first question was about allowing Guthrie to go back out there for the top of this third. It's brought to you by DirecTV.
Yeah, you know, this is kind of, we've got like 8 eyes on him in this dugout. Dave Eiland felt really good about his stuff, and, you know, felt like he'd be able to handle the inning. You know, that's a big inning to get us through. Third inning, now we're just kind of going hitter to hitter right now, kind of like Boats did with Huddy there, you know. This game's such a big magnitude, and, you know, we'll be switching arms out left and right here, I'm afraid, before the night's all said and done.
How's your terrific catcher, Salvador Perez, after getting hit?
Man, he's tough as nails, and I wasn't sure if he was going to make it, but, you know, he got through it, and it kind of died down a little bit on him, and he's feeling better, so I think he's going to be okay.
You got your track shoes on?
I got my track shoes on, yeah. Yeah, we got them on. We're ready to go, and it's my brain that I'm worried about. So.
Well, we're not. Thanks, Ned.
Okay, guys.
Thanks. Been very self-deprecating. A guy who's been very honest, and I think he's one of those guys. Kind of what you see is what you get. He's been criticized here in Kansas City. I said this earlier in the season. It's even more apparent to me now. The Royals are in this spot, not in spite of Ned Yost, but in large part because of Ned Yost. Now 0-1 on Hosmer with a runner at first. Kane, nobody out.
I couldn't agree with you more, Joe. And the one thing that stood out to me, talking with Ned, he said the biggest thing that he did was he let the guys be themselves. He realized, I'm not going to make them like me and be stoic, and I'm going to enjoy it, and they're going to enjoy themselves, and I'm going to enjoy them. When you get that, you change the personality of the clubhouse and the leadership. And Tom, just like you said, I've been as impressed, if not more, by Ned and spending the time with him.
Well, tonight is the anniversary of his first hiring with Milwaukee back in 2002. He was fired from that job in a pennant race with 12 games left because his team was too tight.
Here's one up the middle. Panic, what a play! Gets one and safe at first. Unbelievable Horrible diving play by Joe Panik to take a hit away and almost get 2.
And also to recognize who's running in Lorenzo Cain. If he goes to the glove, back to it, he may not get Lorenzo Cain. He flips this out of the glove, knowing the speed of the runner at first base. He goes back to the bare hand. Cain gets that much closer. This is a terrific play. And that is first and third in a heartbeat if that gets by him.
Bruce Bochy may want to look at this play. I'm not a big fan of the head-first slide to first base. Number one, you risk injury. And number two, you don't give an audible sound to the first base umpire. He's listening for the bang of the ball in the glove and the bang of the foot on the base. By sliding in head first, it's a more difficult call for the umpire.
Well, I think what happened here with Hosmer is he slowed down. He's out. And if he runs through this one, he makes it. I'm not as adamant as you can't ever dive head first, but I think he slows down on his dive. It's almost like he was diving into a swimming pool instead of shooting on a tarp and shooting past the bag.
Jerry Meals is the umpire in the replay room back in New York. The play is officially under review. It's presented by Samsung, and this certainly looks like it will be the first successful manager challenge in World Series history. It will belong to Bruce Bochy, and this will be one of the best double plays you'll ever see turned.
Spectacular. And what they'll look for in the replay room is when the ball touches the glove of Brandon Belt. Doesn't have to close on it. As soon as the baseball hits the back of the glove, he's assumed to have control of the baseball.
Looked like the heel of the hand was in the dirt, the fingers still up in the air of Hosmer. And for the young guys up the middle in the Game 7, Panik, to make that play, flip it out of his glove, and then Crawford, who's so good with the arm, so strong to turn it. That looks to us like a 4-6-3 double play, and we'll see if New York agrees.
And that play is all instincts. You don't sit there and say, oh, okay, I'm going to flip it out of my glove now. That is just pure instincts of knowing what's going to happen. I think they're going to call this an out.
And if so, it's 2 out, nobody on, with Billy Butler coming up. All the while, Affeldt is taking more warm-up tosses. Another look at it, and I haven't seen anything to suggest that Hosmer's safe.
How important is this call? They're taking their sweet time to make sure they get this right.
I think we've seen enough looks at it.
We do have a few cameras here tonight, so they got multiple choice.
They only got like 45 or something like that.
I mean, there you go. That's as definitive as it gets. But we still wait.
You know, one of the things baseball's talked about is installing the super slow-mo cameras in every ballpark at first base. About 80% of the challenges do occur at first base. I think that would be a great investment.
This, unless they can't connect to New York, I mean, this is too long.
Well, Tom, I thought it was interesting, your point that the umpire is listening for sound. We always hear that, and that's the beauty of the World Series. When Lorenzo Cain, when we see the verdict, we'll come back and say this.
Right call's made. Hosmer do it. 4-6-3 double play.
Let me show you Eric Hosmer on the dive. He slows down. I'm going to show you full speed what he does. He's going down the line, and now when he gets here, it looks like he slows to dive because he arcs in the air. Most times when you're still in a base, you see a guy slide. They slide through the bag, right? He didn't slide through the base. So in that case, yeah, running through the base would have been better off for you.
Yeah, I don't like the play at all.
Here's Butler now, 2 out, nobody on, and Affeldt finally back to work. That was a 2-minute, 57-second delay. And Butler, who singled and scored last inning, his single led it off. Then he scored on a double into the gap by Gordon, who scored on a sac fly by Infante to tie it. Got 1-1.
Well, getting lost in the replay was Panik's play. He makes that play. That's a first and third no-out situation for the Royals. Turns it into a double play, nobody on.
Here comes a 1-1 to Billy Butler. 2-1. Bochy telling us the first week they called up Joe Panik. In June, he knew he had his guy. And inserting him into the #2 spot in their lineup. What a find. The first round pick, and the count now 2-2 on Butler.
Well, the thing I like about Joe Panik is every night he does something different. And you always hear that term, hey, he's a ball player. You wonder, what does that mean? Well, that's what it means. He does something on the diamond that stands out every day that you go, that's what a ball player can do. He can hit, he can run, he can field, he can throw. He does it all.
Butler gets a piece. The count stays 2-2.
Well, I know his coach at St. John's, Eddie Blankmeyer, used to say the same thing. You know, if you had an NFL-style combine, probably wouldn't stand out to anybody, Joe Panik. But all the things that he does well, you need to watch him play in game situations. And the more you see of him, the more you like him.
There's a 2-2. That's out on the dive. Joe Panik evidently had a wardrobe malfunction. Lost a belt. Broke it. And the great Murph, Mike Murphy, the equipment man and guidance counselor down in that clubhouse for the Giants, had one ready for him. Here's a 3-2.
What I found interesting about that was he's using the old throwback leather belt. You know, now you have the band, that elastic that stretches. That's the old leather. And when you dive with those leathers, yeah, it would break if you landed wrong like he did or land hard on it. A lot of guys use that elastic band and you have that little fake belt buckle. That's the real deal he's wearing.
It looks like a new belt.
Yeah, Murph went to the used belt package.
I think it's Murph. Here's a 3-2. Butler is making Affel work. Jeremy got Aoki to end the second. Gets really helped out by his defense here in the third.
You just look through, Joe, at the lineup. You go Butler, Gordon, Perez in a first and third no-out situation. That's how big that play was, and that's why they took their time on that replay as well.
Hard hit right at Crawford. How about the defense for the Giants in the inning? Not just the kid, Joe Panik, but Crawford in the middle. And then the good challenge by Bruce Bochy. We're through 3, game 7. Giants, Royals tied 2-2. The game of wireless by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by DreamWorks, Penguins of Madagascar in 3D, November 26th. Only in theaters. As game number 7 goes into the 4th inning. 2-2 is the score. What a defensive play we just saw from Joe Panik. Sandoval first up. Hunter Pence, then Brandon Belt. Guthrie back out for more with help behind him in the bullpen if he needs it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is a 1-1. Sandoval leans back from a pitch that barely missed. They count 2-1.
You know, we've been watching for 2 weeks now, Pablo Sandoval, how to get him out. And I don't know. I don't think the Royals know either.
That's up the middle. Infante with a bare hand. Cannot get him. What a try by Omar Infante. And had he not slipped, may have had a chance to make the throw.
Yeah, that cost him. What a play. Right here, he decides, I got to go bare hand, because as you back up, you know how much further you're going away, and that runner's getting closer to the bag. And, Joe, you called it perfectly. That right foot just sliding on the turf was just enough to cut him down from having something on it.
Pablo Sandoval once again gets a base hit on a pitch out of the strike zone. Confounded Kansas City all series.
Well, now Hunter Pence. There's no more confident hitter in either lineup right now than this guy. Number 8 for the Giants, Hunter Pence. That base hit on the infield got the bullpen active. And it's the hard-throwing right-hander, Kelvin Herrera, here in the 4th.
Wow, he's loose already. See that pitch?
Here's the 0-1. Pence leans back, 1 ball, 1 strike.
We saw him get that 0-2 single his first time up. Check this out. Hunter Pence in the World Series is 7 for 12 with 2 strikes. 583. That's just ridiculous.
Here's a 1-1. That's in the air to center. This ball is down for another hit. Hunter Pence is 2 for 2 in this game 7. And the Giants are back in business here in the 4th inning.
This is the same group last time when the Giants had the big half inning. Started off with Sandoval getting hit like this time a base hit, but they've got it working. I think the one thing that they were able to do that half inning was avoid the double play ball.
Well, now it's Brandon Belt, and instead of Ned Yost, it's Dave Island out to talk with 2 on, nobody out. Herrera getting loose. And Guthrie will face at least 1 more hitter. You want to talk about gorging on football? How about 14 straight hours of college football this Saturday on Fox Sports 1? So go to the store, load up on all you need, get the sofa ready, and kick back for back-to-back games this Saturday on Fox Sports 1. You guys surprised that Guthrie is in there to face Brandon Belt?
Not really. I think they still like his stuff. I'm surprised that they can continue to get Belt out on fastballs and cutters in.
On the inside corner, strike 1.
Came back with it again. I think the one option here is Guthrie may get you a ground ball. Herrera's not going to. And maybe that's what they're playing for, although the right side of the infield is fairly deep.
Belt with a base hit his first time. 2 on, nobody out. Up and away, and Herrera looks to be about ready out in the bullpen.
Well, they're going to have Herrera come in against Morris. I'd be surprised you don't see power versus power in that situation.
This is a big batter in this game 7 here in the 4th inning. The 35-year-old Jeremy Guthrie. 1-0 this postseason. 1-0 this World Series brings it. And a fly ball into left. Sands going back. Tagging Sandoval. The throw to third. Sandoval is safe, and it's first and third, 1 out. And now good base running by the Panda.
And that's a tough one for Hunter Pence to tag up on because Gordon was twisting so much. That ball gets by, and Pence has got to be able to go halfway and score. The Cardinal rule is usually when the guy in front of you goes back, you go back. But you can see where Pence gets back. Great base running by Pablo. What a gamble, and it pays off.
And that's it for Jeremy Guthrie. With first and third, 1 out in a tie game in the 4th inning. Guthrie out, Herrera in. The DH Michael Morse coming up.
Your attention, please. Pitching for the Royals, number 40, Kelvin Herrera.
You want to turn it up. That's what Kelvin Herrera will do. That's what Michael Morse will do. The numbers this postseason for the hard-throwing right-hander, Herrera. First and third, 1 out. Morse already with a sacrifice fly.
This is going to be fun.
To third foul, strike 1.
Power versus power. Here it comes. 97. We may see 100. For a guy to throw that hard, that many fastballs, to not give up home runs. is really impressive, because really as a hitter, all you got to do is touch it right, and he's going to supply the power.
He's also got the two-seamer, not just the four-seamer.
Good rip by Morse, but strike two.
You might say he got away with one, but when it's 99, you can throw it right there and challenge the hitter, and it's good luck.
Broken bat, base hit into right. 1 run scores. Pence will go to third. The throw cut off, and it's 3-2 Giants in the fourth.
Right now it's the little things. Sandoval tagging up on the bottom left field. Pence first to third right here. Sets him up nicely. And how strong is Mike Morse?
Well, I said people think they can get the ball in on him because of his hands away from his body, but you see him pull him in on the swing. And what a job by Hunter Pence. No hesitation, no need to pick up the third base coach. Off and running the extra 90 feet.
And he had nothing in mind but drive that run in. As soon as he saw the ball, then it falling right through, put his arms up. He did his job.
Now it's Pence at third with only 1 out. Morse at first for Brandon Crawford. Strike 1 on Crawford. This is a big weapon being used here by Ned Yost in the 4th inning of this game 7. He allowed Guthrie to face Belt after the first 2 reached with hits. Belt flied one deep enough to left to advance the runner Sandoval to third, then the hit. And now strike 2 on Crawford.
I think it's his top bullpen weapon. It's the changeup here from Herrera at 90. And I say that because he's the one guy Ned Yost said he can use as long as 3 innings. Davis and Holland much shorter usage.
Pablo Sandoval's been on base twice and scored twice. Giants lead 3-2, 4th inning. First and third, 1 out. That's foul. How about the Giants in this World Series? They have not scored a run, and they haven't put their leadoff man on base. 20 times they've done it, and they've scored all 30 of their runs in this World Series. And this inning started on a base hit by Sandoval.
All postseason, so resourceful. 71 runs this postseason. 20 of them have come in without a hit. And Crawford here trying for a hit or the productive out.
First and third, 1 out. Ball 1 inside.
Well, the one thing with all the power that the Royals have coming out of the bullpen, you don't get a lot of double play balls. You're going to get fly balls or balls that are hit, broken bat bloopers that we saw like Mike Morse because of the power that they're providing. Very rare when you get a double play ball. That's why their infield plays so deep, not looking to turn 2 all the time.
A 1-2. Got him on the outside corner, 2 out.
The reaction of Brandon Crawford looked like he was looking for a ball inside, and you just tip your cap. You're going to paint a ball 98 on the black on the corner right there. There's nothing you can do with it.
Now 2 out for Juan Perez, who struck out his first time against Guthrie. Looks like Affeldt will go back out there for the bottom of this inning. Strike 1 on Perez. He's going to have to crank it up another notch.
Well, I think he's going to actually shorten up a little more. That's too big to catch up to this. Looked like he was going for the fountains.
Gordon, Perez, and Moustakas for the Royals in the bottom of the inning. Should end the inning. Escobar will go to first. But the Giants regain the lead. And who got it started? Pablo Sandoval. A wink. The confidence. The base running. He scored twice as the Giants lead Game 7 by 1. Stop by your local Chevy dealer today. Good breaking ball from Affeldt as he eating up some big outs here for the Giants. Start the bottom of the 4th inning. San Francisco up 3-2. Gordon with an RBI double. Good base running and a run scored in the 2-run second. Eyes keep darting down to the bullpen for the Giants, and that name that lurks over this Game 7, Madison Bumgarner. When he will get up, if he will get up, according to Bruce Bochy, if he gets up, he's coming in the game. Strike 2 on Gordon.
Talking about Affeldt eating up outs. He's chewed up 4 so far. His high for the season is 6. But as he said, I'm too old to go for strikeouts. I like to get hitters out of there quickly. As long as he keeps that pitch count manageable, he's thrown as many as 39 pitches. He can chew up some more outs.
Play by Joe Panik. Last inning might be the play of this game and maybe the World Series, depending on who wins here tonight. As you said, Harold, with a runner at first, Kane, who can fly. Nobody out. The ball ripped up the middle by Hosmer instead of first and third. Nobody out. Panik not only kept it on the infield, only got 1 out, but got a double play.
That was a terrific play. Flipping it out of the glove did 2 things for you. One, it beat Kane to the bag at second, but it also allowed you to turn the pivot on Hosmer.
Oh, that hits Gordon in the back. Got away from Affeldt. And the second hit batsman of the night for Kansas City.
The breaking ball didn't come back.
I'm sure Bruce Bochy obviously watching him closely, but especially because what I said about the outs, remember this too. He obtained the out to end the second inning, sat down, went out for the third, sat down, back out again. Very rarely will you see a relief pitcher sit down twice.
Activity stirs for the Giants in their bullpen. It's Lincecum again. Here's Perez, double play ball. Panik. The flip. They got them both. Second consecutive inning. The Giants' middle infielders have turned a double play.
And this is the difference between the Giants' bullpen and the Royals' bullpen. They will draw that double play ball for you to get out of an inning.
Check the running of Perez down the line. Clearly compromised. That's obviously all he's got, trying to beat that one out.
Not only running, but hitting them also. Doesn't have the legs to drive a baseball. That swing was basically all arms.
Here's Moustakas 0 for 1. Homered last night, has 5 home runs, which is a Royals record in a single postseason. A shift on the infield. Strike 1.
You know, I find interesting with Perez not being able to use his lower legs, drive the ball. We saw it similar with Yadi Molina before he got hurt. We knew that he had the oblique injury. He dropped the bunt and moved runners up. We're all, what is he doing bunting in this situation? The next at bat he was injured. Maybe Perez moves up a bunt next time as well, instead of trying to swing and run out of grounder.
1 ball, 1 strike now on Moustakas. Jeremy Affeldt, a guy who's been part of what they're calling the core 4 out in the bullpen. Affeldt, Javier Lopez, Santiago Casilla, the closer, and Sergio Romo. They won it all in 2010, won it all in 2012. They lead here in Game 7 tonight. Strike 2 on Moustakas.
Some credit to that man, Bruce Bochy, the way he uses relief pitchers. All these guys into their 30s, still effective for so many years.
2-2.
In this day and age, when everybody thinks a reliever is just a reliever, he still strongly believes, I want you to know your role and when you need to get ready and when you don't. And I think that's huge. And we're talking about a lot with that guy in the middle right there, Madison Bumgarner, clearly a starter. As to once he gets up, he's in. And I think Bochy does a great job with all those guys knowing when I get warm, I'm hot, I'm in a game.
Moustakas, left side, right at Sandoval. He's there, got the out. Pitching and defense tonight since Affeldt took over for the Giants, who lead by 1 after 4. And Game 7 back after this from your local Fox station. Giants lead 3-2. Caps, hoodies, jerseys, jackets, and more. Get all the officially licensed World Series gear for the Giants, Royals, and all of baseball at the MLB.com shop. Herrera back to work. Ball 1 up and away to Gregor Blanco. Top of the order for the Giants. Panik and then Posey. San Francisco leads by 1 here in Game 7. The 1-0. In the air to left, well hit. Back to grab it for out number 1. Alex Gordon, 1 away.
What a beautiful play. Looked like a defensive back. Watch him turn and run full speed. And just runs this ball down easy. Here's a great look at it. He'll turn, open the hips, go get it. Almost like guarding somebody's running out pattern.
He's got a great arm along with being able to go get it. He's got Gold Glove awards. Former third baseman, and now Perez gets another hit by the baseball as Panik tries to bunt. Foul tips it into him.
Well, he had him too. Moustakas is playing back. Anytime you catch that guy behind the bag, that's a base hit for a bunt. I'd come back with it if again he's going to stay in that position. You're already thinking about it on one pitch.
Strike 2 from Kelvin Herrera.
This is some cheddar right there. You can almost hear the seams on these great microphones we have as they fall sizzle to the plate.
Bottom of the 5th, it'll be Infante, Escobar, and Aoki. That's foul.
Just to reinforce what Bruce Bochy told us about Bumgarner, when he's up, he's in the game. Nothing conditional about that warm-up session out there. And how about Jeremy Affeldt? The longest outing of his postseason career, his longest outing since July of 2012. A huge bridge in this game provided by Affeldt.
He goes 2 1/3, 1 hit, all zeros. This is a foul ball. I know we've said it seems like 700 times already, but the guy at the plate, he's coming back to grab his bat. Talk about Affeldt all you want. He was good. He gave the Giants exactly what they needed. Getting outs after Hudson couldn't get through the 2nd inning. His line would look a lot different if not for the play by the rookie Joe Panik to his right for the double play.
That's a huge play. You know, you continue to talk about it because it's that big in a game like this.
Herrera with a count of 0-2 as out number 2.
Herrera looks better tonight than he did the other night, showing the ability to bounce back, but he's got some movement now. This comes back, looks like a little changeup grip. The roll over, he got some movement. They've been trying to throw fastballs by Joe Panik. It just hasn't happened.
Here's Buster Posey 0 for 2. 4 out of 24 in this World Series.
Well, he looks frustrated, doesn't he? A lot of swings and misses. Seems to be in between, behind on fastballs, out in front of breaking balls.
You're talking about a guy who has led 2 National League pennant winning teams from the catching position in home runs in his career. This year he led the club with 22.
You almost never see him take a swing with the hand coming off the bat. That's how far out in front he was of the changeup.
99 after the changeup, ball 1.
It's not even fair. It's not fair, Joe. 86 and then 99. Buster's in between, though. I like the conversation you two are having. He is in between right now, but it is one swing away for him.
That gets him over the inside corner. Herrera gets through the top of the 5th, and here he comes. Madison Bumgarner, already a World Series hero, taking over in the 5th. Game 7 of the World Series, and Madison Bumgarner coming off the shutout, working tonight on his usual side day, and there are the overall numbers for a guy who's thrown 265 innings this season overall. He's making a relief appearance here. Last time he did so was Game 6 of the NLCS in 2010 at Philadelphia. Worked 2 scoreless innings, 26 pitches on 2 days rest. So far this postseason, you saw the numbers: 4-1, 1.13, and he's 4-0 in his World Series career.
I don't care if he strikes everybody out or gets hit. This is one of the coolest things ever. To see him, I want the ball come out of the pen with such a great resume already. This is awesome.
Infante will lead it off. Can the Royals figure out Bumgarner? Ball 1 up and away. And according to his manager, Bruce Bochy, 45-50 pitches is the usual side day for Bumgarner. But this situation, guys, is anything but usual.
A little bit different than a side day, huh? I think difficulty could be how long you go with him. What if he's throwing well?
On the inside corner, Infante didn't like it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nasty cutter. This is a big sign right here. What kind of stuff does he have? Look at how far that ball's breaking. Now you may wonder, what's a guy do on a side day? He usually just gets a nice work in, gets up a good lather, may work on something, but it's not usually maxed out. This is maxed out today.
That's in the air to right. Leadoff man is on.
Fastball at 93 up. Great approach by Infante, taking this ball the other way. Head on the baseball.
I think the one adjustment that we have seen this game is hitters taking the ball the other way. A lot of guys are spinning off on pitches, no matter who the pitcher was earlier in the series. Tonight, staying with it and driving the ball the other way.
Back to the top of the order, Escobar. Ball 1 down and away as he shows bunt, smothered by Posey. That got Sandoval moving from third.
That got me peeking to the on-deck circle.
They like Aoki against left-handed pitchers. Bumgarner, not your normal lefty by any stretch of the imagination. Don't often see the bunt to move up left on left against Bumgarner.
Escobar's had good swings tonight. They throw over to see if Escobar will tip his hand.
And he did. And that's exactly right, Joe. What they're doing, they want to see, particularly with the left-handed pitcher, because as a hitter, you got to start. Once he lifts that leg, you got to start your pivot. And now he has the option to throw to first. They saw him give it up.
He gets out of the way, ball 2.
After seeing that he was going to be bunting, he wants to bust him in with the cutter. In this situation with the third baseman in, you're looking to bunt it to first base. Bumgarner knows that. Nobody bunts more than a National League pitcher.
Still bunting on 2-0. Back to Bumgarner. Only play at first. 1 away. Tying run to second. as we come to the top of the hour, 9 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. We'll give you a game summary. It's presented by PlayStation 4. Greatness awaits. Starters are gone. Tim Hudson went an inning and 2/3. Michael Morse has had a big night. His RBI base hit into right, the difference in the game right now. And Bumgarner, who has dominated all postseason, comes in out of the bullpen. That's us. Tying run at second, 1 out. Here is Nori Aoki.
Oh, by the way, 0 for 16 against Madison Bumgarner.
Well, it was an interesting bunt play when you're down 1 in the 5th, but this is the way the Royals play. And it's hard to question it. They've gone to a game 7 in the World Series.
But I'll say this, the way Escobar's been swinging, not just tonight, but throughout this series, it's a bit of a gamble by Ned Yost to take the bat out of Escobar's hands. Bunt with Escobar, and right now leave it in the lap of Aoki, who is 1 for 12 in this World Series and hitless against Bumgarner. Ball 1.
I'm with you. I didn't think it was the time to drop the bunt. You're only in the 5th. He's swinging the bat real well. But as we've seen, this is how they play.
Infante at second, 1 out. Ball 2.
Clearly so far, 8 pitches in, not the same command we're used to seeing from Bumgarner. One of the best strike throwers in the game. Not on point yet.
He's been behind all 3 hitters. There's a strike, 2-1 at 90 from the left-hander, who was hitting as high as 94 on the radar gun in Game 5.
Well, the 2 things you're going to suffer from if you're tired is your velocity and your location.
That's down the left field line. Caught. Perez, who's in there for his defense, makes a nice catch for out number 2.
The positioning, as we move to Game 7, you know where guys are going to hit the ball. Great jump, but also where they had him sitting. This ball off the bat, you're thinking double in the corner.
Think of where they've been with Ishikawa, who's still a novice in the outfield, and tonight Bruce Bochy told us before the game that slip by Ishikawa in the game last night. He said, that stove's hot. I'm not going back there and touching it. I'm going with defense tonight. It just paid off.
It's just too big of an outfield to defend. You need your best defensive outfield out there at all times.
Here's the best hitter for the Royals with runners in scoring position. Kane, strike 1. He didn't like the call. Lorenzo Kane digs in there, hitting .462 with runners in scoring position this postseason, and you can see why I didn't like it.
That ball's down.
Kane getting a good look. Now chases 0-2. 93 from Bumgarner.
It's an excuse me swing. That's one of those high pitches that you think, because your eyes are so close, it looks good.
Now Kane has to protect. Able to lay off ball 1. Madison Bumgarner has won in the World Series at the age of 21, the age of 23. He was 2-0 this World Series at the age of 25. Coming out of the bullpen. The 1-2. The tying run at second, 2 out, and a 1-2 count on Kane. We remind you tonight's telecast sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads. We got a long way to go in this one. Kane strikes out, and Bumgarner adds another scoreless inning. The Royals bunt in the inning. Aoki line down. Kane strikes out. Still 3-2 Giants now after 5. Here's to baseball. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Herrera out for his 3rd inning. Finished off the 4th, worked the 5th. The deal with Sandoval, who has not been retired tonight. He scored twice. Takes a strike. Just a finish on the bottom of the 5th inning after the base hit by Infante to start. Madison Bumgarner fell behind Alcides Escobar with a count of 2-0. The tying run at first, nobody out. Strike 2. Ned Yost stayed with the bunt. I think the more aggressive play would be to see what Bumgarner has and not give him an out while he's behind on the count to a guy swinging it well at 2-0.
Yeah, you would think maybe a bunt for a hit if you want to bunt, or hit and run, or a 2-0. Escobar swinging the bat.
Aoki lined out. Kane struck out. 3-2 game. Ball 1 on Sandoval.
I think there's 2 plays that will be discussed right now at this point. The panic play on the double play, and then the Escobar bunt. Those are the 2 things that kind of stand out as plays in this game that kind of made a big difference.
Well, especially when you're bunting up to an 0-for-16 matchup.
Talking about Aoki and Bumgarner. Here's a 1-2. That's another hit for Sandoval. On base for the 3rd time tonight.
All leading off an inning.
Does he hit a strike? Of course not. Another pitch out of the zone.
Hard it is to hit that ball 98 miles an hour up and away and running. Hand-eye coordination is incredible.
Now Sandoval hitting .413 in his World Series career. And Hunter Pence digs in. Might be. Could be. It is.
Well, it's a big play right here. I wasn't anticipating the double play from Herrera because he throws so hard and gets so many balls hit in the air. Taylor made. Might be, could be, is.
Well,
like
for Herrera, that's big as they're worried about pitch count, him getting through this 6th inning, trying to get the game to Wade Davis, who's getting loose for the Royals out in their bullpen.
Yeah, the longest outing of his career is 3 innings. Talking about Kelvin Herrera.
Well, they got all winter to rest. This is it.
Here's Belt. 1 for 2 with a productive out his last time up, deep enough to advance a runner to 3rd. A fly ball to left, and now takes a strike.
Well, he's pitching now too, huh? Dropping in breaking balls. We saw the changeup.
Yeah, he's got much better stuff tonight than he has the whole series.
That's foul. He came in, Herrera, in the 4th inning with 2 on, 1 out. Ned Yost allowed Jeremy Guthrie, the starter, to face Belt with 2 on, nobody out after back-to-back hits. Herrera was greeted a base hit by Michael Morse for the lead. Belt's only home run this postseason, the game winner, the 18-inning Game 2 divisional series tilt at Washington.
I keep looking for that ball inside that they just have buried in on him the whole series.
Here is a 1-2. That is a base hit into right. Belt on for the second time tonight. And the batter will be Michael Morse as Brandon Belt has gone 2 for 3 in Game 7.
That's pretty impressive right there. You saw the breaking ball first pitch for a strike, 2 changeups, and then got, here it is, 99. And he timed it. He was on it. Not inside where they've lived, more over the plate.
Yeah, this is a big miss by them right here, but anytime you're facing a guy throwing that hard, you got to look fastball and adjust. The fastball is designed to stay in the zone. The breaking balls are not. So you look for that heater. Rod Carew taught that a number of years.
Here's Morse. 1 on, 2 out. Strike 1. Two hits in the inning, but a double play ball in between. Big bats coming up for Kansas City in the bottom of this 6th. '97 fouled back by Morse, strike 2.
Yeah, you can tell he's getting a little tired. He's missing his spots. The base hit to Belt was a pitch that was missed. Look where Perez is setting up. Look where the ball runs to.
Got him looking. And that sends Game 7 into the bottom of the 6th with the big bats coming up. It'll be Hosmer, Billy Butler, and Alex Gordon for the Royals, who trail by 1. An MLB record 48 2/3 innings pitched this postseason for Madison Bumgarner. Hosmer was trying to tie it with 1 swing. Obviously more opportunity for a guy like Bumgarner with extra rounds, but it's also for a pitcher more opportunity for failure. All he has done is deal, put up zeros. The 0-1. Strike 2.
I just go back to the Game 1. Hosmer hits the ball to right center field that Blanco ran down when he was facing Bumgarner. He torched that ball, didn't go anywhere. Bumgarner used to pitching at big ballparks. He's not afraid to challenge.
The 0-2 popped up. Should be out number 1. Crawford out. Hosmer is 0 for 3.
I want to go back to the last out of the 5th inning. Lorenzo, watch how Bumgarner works him. Shows him the backdoor cutter, gets the call. And now keep an eye on Buster Posey. His target will be at the top of the strike zone every pitch, coming out of the crouch to get these, and Bumgarner just doesn't miss. Upstairs and finally puts him away. Tremendous sequence by Bumgarner. Guys, I noticed the last few pitches, the grunt is back from Madison Bumgarner. He is dealing.
Here's Billy Butler. And went around the strike zone. Ball 1 to the guy who has been with this organization longer than anybody on this current Royals roster. 1 for 2 tonight. On the inside corner. Butler didn't like it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tell you what's frustrating as a hitter. There's two at bats now. We've seen with Kane on a ball that was down, chances at bat. Butler not liking that ball up and in. It's a strike. So hang with it, Billy.
Breaking ball in for a strike at 87. It's 1-2.
That's been the biggest difference for me the last couple of years. Bumgarner working both sides of the plate. Naturally cuts the ball in on right-handers, and now that cut fastball away opens up the other side of the plate.
think the one thing we're seeing right now, Joe, from Bumgarner is the rhythm that we saw as a starter in a couple games he dominated. Let's get the ball. Here it comes right now. He's in a nice groove.
Here's a 2-2. Think about where we are right now in this game with these two bullpens. Right now, Bochy's got his big weapon on the mound. Madison Bumgarner trying to bridge the gap to the late innings. They have good guys down there. But the game right now is in the hands of Madison Bumgarner. On the other side, Ned Yost has used Kelvin Herrera. He's got Wade Davis getting ready. He'll take over, it appears, in the 7th inning. And he's got his closer, Greg Holland, ready for more than an inning if he needs it here tonight.
Well, he said before the game, I'm going to use my guys, meaning the 5 guys he wanted with Bumgarner, Herrera, Davis, Holland, and Finnegan if he needed it. Those are the 5 he wanted out to shoot.
There's a 2-2. Popped up into center field, shallow center as Butler slams his back down. 2 out. Now the Geico in-game box score for the Kansas City Royals. RBI double in this game for Alex Gordon. That had to feel good for the guy who's digging in right now. Sac fly for Omar Infante, who also led off against Bumgarner last inning with a base hit, but he was left on. Here is Alex Gordon, who has an RBI double, a run scored, been hit by a pitch. Strike 1.
For Kansas City, obviously you want people on base, but you really try to grind out at bats against Bumgarner. You know, 2 days of rest after throwing 117 pitches. You know there is a clock on him, a pitch count on him.
That is foul. Third base side. Long run. Nobody will get there. Out of play.
So even if you can't, get a run against him, at least drive the pitch count up, make him work, try to get to somebody else in the bullpen.
Yeah, but he throws too many strikes, and he's in a groove right now. You find yourself down 0-2. That's the difference with this guy. Great theory, and I follow you. You want to ride him out, but you find yourself 0-2. You may as well take your shot if you get a pitch to hit.
In the air to center, Blanco is there to his right. Another scoreless inning put up by Madison Bumgarner. Continues to roll. It's a 3-2 game. Giants on top after 6 in Game 7. Back after this from your local Fox station. Great receiver for Green Bay. It's Kansas State. Tom Watson, World Golf Hall of Famer, and George Brett is leafing through a book. That's the way he's dealing with the stress of this Game 7 as we go to inning number 7. Brandon Crawford will deal with Wade Davis, who was automatic all year long. It's gone Guthrie, Herrera, now Wade Davis. You see that number. The guy who did not allow an extra base hit this season until the very end of July. That's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a late cut on that ball right there. Tough to pick up.
Crawford now, then Juan Perez, then Gregor Blanco. Bullpen quiet for the Giants. That means more from Bumgarner. Strike 2.
Man, we've seen some terrific arms tonight and in this series in particular, but a game like tonight when everybody's on deck, you just see why these clubs were able to advance.
Each shot has needed only 3 pitchers to this point. The count evens 2-2.
I'm just amazed at Madison Bumgarner, guys. I mean, it's only the 3rd time since '88 in the World Series somebody's made 2 starts and came out of the bullpen in relief. But he's already gotten 6 outs. And it's still his ball game.
Here's a 2-2 to Crawford. Down swinging, one away. In case you missed it, stay tuned. T-Mobile thanks the fans for being part of the Big Seven. One out in the top of the seventh. Bottom three in the order will bat for Kansas City in this inning. It'll be Perez, Moustakas, and Infante. Is it a stretch at this point to think Bruce Bochy could ride Madison Bumgarner all the way to Casilla, his closer here tonight?
Oh, no doubt, and he's being economic with his pitches right now, so he's got a shot.
Strike one on Juan Perez.
27 pitches for Madison Bumgarner through this point. They're talking about maybe getting 45 to 50.
Just don't see any stress. I mean, he's 267 innings into this season.
Here's a 1-1. Strike two.
Well, the innings is remarkable. When you start talking about pitch count, you got to take into account how big this kid is. And he can handle a big load.
6'5", 235. 1-2. 2 out.
Oh boy, it is getting good. The pitching has changed the game. It has taken it to a whole nother level and a different stress level at that. They're all locking in right now.
We'll bring in Gregor Blanco, who's 0 for 3. It's a home run in this World Series that came against Ventura here in Game 2. That feels like about 2 months ago. Strike one.
Seems like, Joe, you finish a sentence and you go strike one. That's what we've heard for the last 2 innings. It's incredible how well these guys are attacking the zone and putting the hitters on their heels.
Here's the 0-1. Why not? Try and change it up, showing bunt, taking the ball down and in.
I hear you. Watching him pitch the other day for the first time in person, that cutter, second to none in the big leagues, just filthy.
That drills the outside corner at 95, strike two.
I know every time he throws that cutter, I'd ask to see the baseball because it seems lopsided.
And then right you can equalize it with that.
Exactly. Paint.
Two and two. Full count with panic on deck. Left side, tough play. Escobar. Nice play across his body to end the inning. And a 1-2-3 frame put up by Wade Davis.
This is the play he did not make in San Francisco. The difference, he took another step and caught it on a short hop and made the easy throw across the diamond. Right here, he went to go get it. He attacked it. San Francisco, he laid back, tried to barehand it, backhand, and missed it. That made the play.
So So here we are, 7th inning stretch, game 7, a 1-run game. Giants on top by 1. Now for the introduction of God Bless America, we go to public address announcer Mike McCartney.
Fans, let's pause to celebrate our freedom and those who work to defend it. Please join us in singing God Bless America, being performed by Whiteman Air Force Base Master Sergeant Jennifer Sherman.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America.
Tonight's telecast sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads. By T-Mobile, changing the game of wireless. And by DirecTV. You call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. They are preparing the Commissioner's Trophy. The presentation at the end of this game. Madison Bumgarner's doing his best to secure it for the 3rd time in 5 years for San Francisco. Breaking ball drops in to Salvador Perez, pitch number 28. It's strike 1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, you got to know with Bumgarner,
strike 2.
Execute that nasty breaking ball right there. Perez looking for one thing to do, hit a ball in the seats because he can't move.
We got Bumgarner for a home run back in game 1. He's the only guy that's been able to solve Bumgarner in that way, knocking a run home. Hit it over the wall. Now he goes into right. Hunter Pence is there, coming to get 1 out. With the bases empty, Moustakas will be the batter. Before the game, Mark Gubicza, a member of the '85 World Series champion Royals, delivered the game ball with Jasmine Fowler, the Boys and Girls Club of Lawrence, Kansas. Nearly 20 years Major League Baseball has partnered with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to provide kids with a world of opportunities. Each year, Boys and Girls Clubs provide more than 4 million kids with a chance to have a great future. GreatFutures.org to find out how you too can help. Strike 1 on Moustakas. Gubicza, who works such a great job with Victor Rojas on Sports West. 132 wins for Mark with the Royals. 3rd on the team's all-time list behind Splittorff and Leonard. Here's the 0-2. That's the 2nd strike to a guy that's nothing for 2, and now in the hole is Moustakas with 1 out, nobody on, and Infante next. Now the 0-2, reaching for it, Sandoval with a backhand long throw. Got it. And the defense has been outstanding for the Giants tonight.
Shoot up his bat right there. Again, guys, I'm just astounded by the length they're getting out of Madison Bumgarner. Watch here, rare ball hit the other way from Moustakas. We've seen everything from Pablo Sandoval. He's a pesky leadoff hitter and a good defender tonight. This is what I'm talking about. 2 starts and then pitching relief. Randy Johnson, C.J. Wilson picking up 4 outs. Bumgarner just keeps going on and on. And guys, a big difference in this game, let's not forget. American League wins the All-Star game. Home field advantage is here. This is now 3 relief pitchers in this game that can pitch 3 innings because you're never forced with a decision about having to hit for them.
Here's a strike to Infante, who has the only hit so far against Bumgarner.
Affeldt, Herrera, now Bumgarner, all able to work without their spot coming up in the order in the American League Park. Of course, we saw that in Game 4. The manager's forced to make decisions with the pitcher hitting.
That is foul. Strike 2.
Guarding the line already early in the 7th inning here. There's a half step and a dive for Sandoval. He's already halfway down the line. See where he's starting at. He's going to make sure he takes away a double in this situation.
Pitch number 36 is strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Madison Bumgarner, and he has gone 3 scoreless. What a job. What a pitcher. What a World Series for big number 40. 3-2 after 7 in Game 7. Wade Davis brings it. Panik fouls it back. Madison Bumgarner is further identifying himself as one of the greatest World Series pitchers in the history of Major League Baseball.
There's no question. I said coming into this game, we'd see history. That's what Game 7 gives you. So both starting pitchers in Game 7 out of there, less than 10 outs. We saw the first instant replay call at first base overturned. But guys, there's nothing like the history we're watching with that man right there. I don't know that we've seen anything like it, ever.
Here's a 1-1. Panik fights it off. Strike 2.
Well, the one thing I was saying is I thought it was cool because you just don't see this in this day and age with pitch counts and everything else, and the worry of a young pitcher coming back like he does. To be able to pitch in a situation like this, it's incredible.
And that's why I say ever. You know, Christy Mathewson, Babe Adams, back in the dead ball era, sure, they pitched all the time. These guys are not trained to pitch on 2 days rest like this.
That's on the outside corner. Panik strikes out looking, 1 away in the 8th.
You know, guys, we marveled all series about the Giants putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. And Wade Davis has come in and just put that to rest real quick. When you have that kind of control and accuracy with the precision of power, very difficult at bat.
Here's Posey now. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Strike 1. The pitching of Bumgarner and what's happened here tonight, and the pitching of Bumgarner in the 2 previous starts renders almost everything else moot. I mean, you've got a guy who is the leader of this Giants team in Buster Posey. It's really struggling with the bat, looking for his first extra base hit of this entire postseason as he grounds out to Infante. And it doesn't matter because of what Madison Bumgarner has done in the 2 starts in the relief work here tonight.
And think about all the trouble they've had with every other starting pitcher not named Bumgarner. He is covering a multitude of errors throughout the roster. With some help from this man right here, Pablo Sandoval, the key to the offense tonight.
Well, you look at Sandoval and Pence, the series they've had. Any other year, you're saying MVP series. They've played that great. Is there a question if the Giants win who the MVP is? I mean, Madison Bumgarner has been that great.
Bumgarner came in 2-0 with an ERA of 0.56 in 2 starts this World Series. Opponents hitting 127 against him. Sandoval takes a strike. 13 strikeouts, 1 walk. The other starters have made 4 starts, gone 0-3 with an ERA of 9.82. Now up to 9.92. You see the opponent's average. There's another hit for Sandoval. On base for the 4th time tonight. And he will dig into second base with a 2-out double. And if this is his last game as a San Francisco Giant, the question is, how do they replace somebody that's been this good for this long at this time of year in San Francisco if he walks away?
Well, you don't. That's the answer. You don't know what you're going to get. And if you look around Major League Baseball, third base is one of the weakest positions in the big leagues. It's been a big decline in the last 3 or 4 years of the production at third base. That vaults his value that much higher.
What stays with me is that look and that wink on his face before he took his first at-bat of the game, almost as if he knew how this game would play out.
Runner at second, 2 out. That's a big run sitting out there for the Giants, leading by 1. By the way, there's nobody getting loose for the Giants in their bullpen here in the 8th. Runner at second, 2 out. Pat, strike 1.
Does he swing hard or what?
There's the wing. Back to work. Off comes the Jacket. Top of the order for the Royals. Down by 1. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Madison Bumgarner. The lowest World Series ERA ever at 0.26. And he is out there with 268 innings pitched under his belt in 2014. Nobody up in the bullpen, top of the order. Madison's Giants up by 1. Escobar takes a ball. Came on the air talking last night about the Royals, and if you thought down 3-2 they were intimidated coming back home, this young group was not. They went out and won 10-0. Now they're into the 8th inning, down a run. And guys, this was a team that beat the A's in the wild card game 9-8 in 12 innings. They were down 7-3 in the 8th inning to John Lester. And down again 8-7 into the bottom of the 12th. And Ned Yost's team came back to win it. And that's why they're here. Now they have to figure out Bumgarner. A 1-1 to Escobar. Strike 2, and that got Posey.
That 8th inning, Joe, of that wild card game, that's when Ned Yost said his team believed it was a championship team. Not any time before, not September, not the first 7 innings of that game, but the 8th inning of the wild card game.
Well, you see the foul tips these catchers take. You wonder when their offense disappears, why it disappears. So many things that make it work.
Look at what the bullpens have done tonight. Scoreless. Here's the 1-2. That's outside. Remember the last time Escobar was up after a leadoff hit with Bumgarner just in the game. Man on, nobody out, a 2-0 count. The Royals kept the bunt on with Escobar. Bumgarner's been rolling since. He went 1 away. And a strikeout starts the 8th.
Well, we watched him go up the ladder earlier. Question is, does he go? That's tough.
That's a good call by Eric Cooper. Watch the barrel. Generally, an umpire on the lines are looking right down the line, and if the barrel crosses the visual of the foul line, they will ring you up. And that happened right there.
That's about as close as it gets. That's a tough one to read.
Strikeout number 3 for Bumgarner. Here's Aoki. The Royals bunted Infante into scoring position for back in the 5th, and he lined out to left. Ball 1 inside. Outside corner, ball and a strike at 91.
Well, you can see why he's so tough to hit. Busts him in, then he goes back outside. He puts you in almost a rocking chair position as a hitter to anticipate one side of the plate. He takes it away from him.
That's out of play, strike 2. So the count 1-2 with 1 out, nobody on. This Saturday, 2 of the Pac-12's best teams collide. Stanford takes on Heisman hopeful Marcus Mariota in 5th-ranked Oregon. The Ducks try to keep their playoff hopes alive in a key divisional battle. Coverage begins 6:30 Eastern right here on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Aoki checks on Crawford. Out number 2. Now it's Lorenzo Cain, 2 out, nobody on.
Now 12 batters Bumgarner has faced, 11 pitches. That's it, out of the strike zone. Just amazing what we're watching right now.
Greg Holland getting ready for the top of the 9th inning while Bumgarner has retired 11 straight. What he's doing just makes you shake your head. Incredible to watch as ball 1 misses down and in.
Plus he gave up a hit to the first guy he faced tonight and then slammed the door.
Just the 3rd pitcher since the early 20th century. 2 or more wins as a starter, 3 or more innings as a reliever. He's throwing hard still, gets it by the bat of Lorenzo Cain. 1 ball, 1 strike.
My goodness. When you have to go all the way back more than 100 years to the dead ball era to find anything like this, if you didn't know already, you know we're watching something special.
Bumgarner on 1-1. Cain takes strike 2. Question is right now for Bruce Bochy, how do you take him out?
It'd be hard to do.
Santiago Casilla, the closer's barely pitched in this series. The 1-2 fouled away.
Well, he's in such a great rhythm, Joe. He fell into that the 2nd inning he pitched. It seemed like he was back to that rhythm he was in when he was a starter in game 1 and the other games he pitched in. It's been fantastic. Game 5. Terrific.
Cain battling him here with 2 out, nobody on, and a 1-2 count. Santiago Casilla, the closer for the Giants, has thrown 4 pitches in this World Series that started 8 days ago.
Agonizing decision. You've got to start thinking about it now.
On top of that, you could be faced with an inning in the 9th inning where 2 of the first 3 batters are left-handed batters.
This is the kind of at bat I've been looking for from Kansas City. Grinding out in the bat, slowing Bumgarner down, making him throw extra pitches, hoping there's a payoff somewhere.
Popped him up, got it in on the hands, panic. Ends the 8th. And the 9th inning rolls in. Wow. But all you can say from Madison Bumgarner, wow. 3-2 Giants after 8 in Game 7. And the Giants have a 1-run lead as Greg Holland, the closer for the Royals, takes over strike 1 on Brandon Belt. Underway in the 9th inning. 3-2 Giants trying to wrap up Their third world championship in the last 5 years. Numbers for Holland this postseason: 7 for 7 in save chances, and all he's trying to do is keep it 3-2.
Keep it to one-run game. That way, one swing can tie it for you.
And in the bottom of this 9th inning, 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Royals: Hosmer, Butler, and Gordon. Nobody up in either pen. To the right side, Infante. 1-1. Caps, hoodies, jerseys, jackets, and more. Get all the officially licensed World Series gear for the Giants, Royals, and all of baseball. The MLB.com shop.
That was a tough in between hop for Infante right there. Backing up to get a good hop. That ball got back in on him.
Wade Davis went 2 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Herrera 2 2/3, no runs, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. Here's Michael Morse. Strike 1. It's the RBI by Morse on a ball thrown by Kelvin Herrera that is still holding up from back in the 4th inning.
A bloop hit to right field on an 0-2 count. Herrera gave up only 5 hits all year on 0-2 counts.
Strike 2. On deck, Brandon Crawford. Well, there's a game summary. Hudson lasted only an inning and 2/3. Bumgarner has taken care of all the work after Jeremy Affeldt went 2 1/3. 0.26 career World Series ERA for Bumgarner, and by far the biggest defensive play of the night since it's game 7 of the series. With a man on, nobody out, panicked to his right, took a hit away, and got a double play. That was in a 2-2 game back in the 3rd inning as Crawford takes ball 1.
Yeah, so many things happened on that play. The flip out of the glove, but also Hosmer, thinking the ball was going through, started to angle as a turn, and then he had to get back into base path and ends up getting doubled up.
Here's a 1-0 to Crawford. 2-0.
How about the second out in that double play? Upon further review, the first overturned call on the field of play in World Series history.
Successful challenge by Bruce Bochy. Here's a 2-0. 2-1. Bruce Bochy tonight, guys. I've already talked about how he's headed for the Hall of Fame. He lifted Hudson in the 2nd. He went to Affeldt for 2 1/3. And it's been Bumgarner the rest of the way with the lead. Madison is taking care of the rest to this point. 2-1. 2-2.
That's been terrifically managed. I think the only question will be the bunt with Escobar that maybe Ned Yost has to answer. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to question these guys on in this game. Like Ned's done all series, he'll answer it how he thinks fit.
Here comes a 2-2. Full count. Here's the decision for Bochy. The decision, by the way, has been made. Bumgarner's going back out there. But his closer, Santiago Casilla, has appeared in 19 straight postseason games without allowing a run. But it's going to be Bumgarner. And we'll see him next. Here we go. Part of the order for the Royals. Bottom of the ninth. One-run game. Game 7 of the World Series. On in the 5th. He allowed a leadoff hit, and since then, this 25-year-old master in the World Series has been untouchable. He has retired 12 straight. In game 1 as a starter during one stretch, he retired 12 straight, 10 straight in game 5. But now here, with 2 days of rest, he is gunning for a 5-inning save.
They drafted him in 2007. In his first spring training, they said, you can't throw that way with that slingshot delivery. Sent him to A-ball, didn't do well in 3 starts, and he said, guys, I need to go back to the way I throw. There's nobody who throws like Madison Bumgarner. That's never been more true than tonight.
Here's Hosmer. Ball 1 down and away.
Go back to the ball that Hosmer hit in game 1 to right center field. I keep thinking about that in my mind, and he is thinking, I can hit this guy if I get the pitch I want.
That's going to get out of play to make the count 2-2.
Don't forget, if the Royals get a runner on, Ned Yost, a couple of speed burners on that bench, Terrence Gore, Gerard Dyson.
Like he heard when he looked around.
One away. 92-mile-per-hour fastball, strikeout number 4.
Well, we've watched him climb the ladder. That's been his out pitch. We watched him with Kane. We watched him with Escobar. And now he goes up top and he gets Hosmer to chase. Oftentimes you talk about an out pitch and think it's going to be the breaking ball. He has used the fastball to elevate and take their aggressiveness and use it against them.
Now Billy Butler. Ball 1 upstairs.
This is the toughest matchup for Bumgarner. Billy Butler handles the ball inside extremely well. 3 for 7 with a home run off Bumgarner.
Breaking ball drops in for strike 1. Butler tonight 1 for 3 on the season, hit 9 home runs. Has not gone deep this postseason. Popped up right side. Will it stay in play? It does. 2 out. Brandon Belt is there, and the Giants are 1 out away from their 3rd World Championship in 5 years. It's up to Alex Gordon. Popped up, back, and out of play. And right now, even though the Giants took the lead while Affeldt was in there, the official score is telling us that the win would go to Madison Bumgarner, which would make him 3-0 in this World Series. Here's the 0-1. That's in the air to left center. That ball is down. And it gets past to the wall. Gordon is going to dig for third. A mistake in the outfield. And he will hold there with 2 out, representing the tying run.
Well, you see here, you talk about the mistake. He charged too hard. You're already playing no doubles. And that's exactly what it means. You don't want the ball by him. Blanco charged, got caught in between, and then the slip allowed the ball to get by him. Right here, the decision to try to stop and then slipping and the ball goes by him is better off waiting. Keep the ball in front of you. Keep that runner at first base.
It's the right decision to let the ball drop, but he made it too late. He wasn't able to handle the short bounce.
It's a single, E8. And now it's Salvador Perez, who could tie it with a hit. .92 from Bumgarner, strike 1. Been the rock behind home plate for the Royals all year. With a chance to tie it. Able to lay off 1 ball, 1 strike. Salvador Perez drilled by a pitch back in the second. The left leg almost couldn't continue, and here he is. Strike 2.
He continues to climb the ladder for his out pitch, and they continue to chase it.
Tying run at third, 2 out, 9th inning. The 1-2. 2-2. Bumgarner now up to 66 pitches here out of the bullpen in Game 7. Fought off. That's pitch number 290 in this World Series for Madison Bumgarner.
And he's not changing his pattern, Joe. He says, here it is, hit it, but he continues to climb the ladder, try to use their aggressiveness.
Salvador Perez, the 2-2. Popped up. Sandoval in foul territory. Giants win. A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. And their hero, Madison Bumgarner. Bruce Bochy, in his 8th year as manager of the San Francisco Giants, now has his 3rd world championship. Brian Sabian, the general manager, the architect, putting these teams together, moving parts, switching pieces. And we'll let that celebration play out in the middle of this diamond. But guys, it's hard to put into words and into perspective what we saw this postseason, let alone this World Series from Madison Bumgarner.
I'm just in awe. I mean, truly great history is not subtle. It smacks you in the face. You know it at the time you're watching it. You're seeing something that's in the ages. And that's what we saw watching Madison Bumgarner pitch. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again.
Especially in this day and age, where the pitch count is so important and so impressed in our game. To see him want the ball and fight to not come out of a game. It's incredible.
Did you see that little look that Buster Posey gave Madison Bumgarner when that pitch was popped up into the air? And who more appropriate to catch it than Pablo Sandoval, the free agent to be? He got their offense started all night long. We go down to the field with Madison Bumgarner and Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Madison, you told me earlier today that this was not going to be that big a deal. But when you came to the park, how many innings did you realistically expect to pitch?
Innings wasn't, I wasn't thinking about innings or pitch count. I was just thinking about getting outs. Thanks, buddy. I love you. Getting outs until I couldn't get them anymore, and we needed someone else. So, fortunately, we was able to get some quick innings, and I was able to stay in there.
Now that you've done it, what was it like? What was the difference between this and starting?
Well, there's not near as much time to dial it in, and that was the biggest thing for me. It was, I had a half inning to start getting up and getting loose and throwing all the pitches and stuff. So that was different, not having as much time, but luckily I was able to squeak by.
You ended up throwing 270 innings on the season, over 50 in the postseason. How tired are you right now?
Right now, I'm not tired at all, man. Jeez, we just won the World Series. It's hard to be tired right now. Probably tomorrow I'll be tired now.
All right, Madison, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Let's go over to Erin Andrews.
Kenny, thanks so much. I'm here right now with Buster Posey, who I just said you look very emotional, but you said, I am spent. I can imagine. Take me to the bottom of the 5th. Madison Bumgarner comes in. What did you realistically anticipate you would get out of him tonight?
I mean, just me trying to think along with Boch. I was thinking maybe 3, maybe get 3 out of him and turn it over to Romo, Lopez in the 8th, and have Casilla in the 9th. But he just kept rolling. I mean, it's unbelievable.
He gets into a rhythm. What kind of conversation was there with you and Bruce Bochy, Dave Righetti, anybody?
Not much of anything. I think everybody could see how good he was. They weren't putting great swings on him. I just can't say enough about how hard it is to do what he just did, to pitch 5 innings after 2 days rest or whatever he's on. It's incredible.
I saw you go over and talk to him right before he went out there for the 9th. What was said?
We were just talking about the first 3 that we were going to face and just trying to have a game plan going into it, and he executed it.
Congratulations, by the way. Great job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Kenny, over to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Mike, before the game, you were as excited as I've ever seen you. Not surprisingly, it was Game 7. You had 2 RBIs, including what proved to be the game winner. How did you calm yourself down to produce?
It's unreal. Big moments like this, it's awesome. This is what we fought for all year, and this is the greatest group of guys I've ever seen. And from day one, we believed in ourselves. When others didn't, we stuck by each other, and just a group of guys like that gets you to relax and calm you down. We fought our way to get here, and it's well deserved.
What did you think of Mr. Bumgarner?
Oh man. He's incredible. He's incredible. He's a different human being. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yesterday I told him, if you're going to go out there tomorrow, you better bring it. And he said, just watch me. So, this guy, every start, he gets better and better. And this is what, this is what you get. What you see is what you get.
After last night, obviously a tough loss. You had this crowd to deal with. You had the Royals to deal with. What did you think coming into this game?
You know, I knew it was going to be a nail-biter. I knew it was going to be tough. It hasn't been easy. You know, even though the games that have been blown out and stuff, it's been tough. It's been a fight. It's been a battle. And they're a heck of a ball club, you know. And in this atmosphere, this place, it gets loud. You know, luckily I had some guys here that done this before, you know. So, you know, experience for these guys, it helped calm some of us down.
Mike, congratulations. Joe, back to you.
Think about Michael Morse dealing with a strained oblique, wasn't even activated into the NLCS, had that big Game 5 home run off the bench. Tonight drove home 2 of the 3 runs. Bruce Bochy, the master of the touch with his pen. His best move tonight, to not touch. Leave Madison Bumgarner in there. One of the greatest clutch performances we have ever seen or read about in World Series history. Number 40, the 25-year-old Madison Bumgarner, the winner tonight. Giants win it all. Trophy presentation coming up. Final of 3-2. No runs scoring against either bullpen. Madison Bumgarner, the winner for the 3rd time in this World Series. We throw it down. Moments ago, Aaron Andrews with Joe Panik.
Well, Joe Panik, what I know our broadcasters said it could be the defensive play of the World Series. I don't even know if you can remember it now. Bottom of the 3rd, so much happened. Can you take me through it?
Yeah, especially, you know, after they tapped the game and, you know, it was tied going into the bottom of the 3rd. They got the momentum going, and after the runner got on, you know, Hosmer hit a shot off Apfel, and I was just trying to do my best to knock it down, and, you know, thankfully enough, you know, we had replay now and able to overturn the play. I mean, I really feel like it changed the momentum a little bit, you know, and I got our bullpen going.
It changed momentum, and it changed your belt. You broke your belt in the process of it. We saw you run off and change it.
Yeah, that was the first time it ever happened to me. I was like, all of a sudden I looked down, my pants were a little loose. I'm like, what's going on? But, you know, I guess it was well worth it losing the belt.
Bruce Bochy had told us during this World Series, the second that you came to this team, he knew that your position was taken care of. How were you able, as a rookie, to keep calm, keep it going, and stay hot here in the postseason?
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, we have a great clubhouse that's really taken me in and taken all the rookies in, and it really made us feel welcome. And, you know, they just keep saying, just do what you do best, and, you know, you're one of us, and that really helps, you know, especially young guys in this time, just, you know, just go out and do your thing.
And you realize, being a rookie, you don't see what you just saw out of Madison Bumgarner every single time in the postseason. What did you make of that?
He's unbelievable. I mean, that's an understatement, saying he's unbelievable. I mean, on 2 days rest to throw 60-plus pitches, 5 innings, shutout. He's just unbelievable. I know he's our workhorse. I know he's our guy.
Joe, congrats.
Thank you.
That kid is wise and calm beyond his years. Joe Panik. A look down at Kauffman Stadium. Back down to the field. Ken Rosenthal with Apfel.
Thanks, Jeremy. Obviously, you've been on 3 World Championship teams now. Every season is different. Every journey is different. What stands out most about this team?
You know, how we pieced everything together, man. I just think guys did different. We won it, like, you know, in 2012, I think we won it with a pretty good staff. And today we had to win it with Bum. I mean, that's the best performance I've ever seen in playoff ever. The way he just did 3 of those games, like, I think the way we just don't give up, we don't quit. We got smoked 10-0 yesterday or whatever it was, and we came back, and you know, Bochy had to mix and match, and he had to let it play out. And seeing teams win like this, the way we win, the way we mix and match bullpens. We're in the 2nd inning. I don't remember the last time I even warmed up in the 2nd inning, let alone in it. So, I mean, just to see how these guys battled and played defense and grinded, and this is a really, really big deal for me. This is probably my favorite because of I started with the Royals, and it was a tough time for me, and so to come back here and to feel this, and now all 3 of my boys have championship rings, it means a lot to me.
Jeremy, this was one of your longest outings, and I think your longest by 2012. What did you expect when you came to the park today? What did you think you'd be doing?
Well, Bochy told me before the game, to be honest with you, he says, I'm going to need to have your knee brace on when you go out there today. So I got stretched, and I had my arm stretched, and I went out to the bullpen with my knee brace on to be. I mean, I didn't know I'd be in that early, but it was on, it was ready, and I was really, you know, to come to the park to Game 7, you don't ever know. I couldn't even sit there and try to think through my head who was going to win this game. I didn't have any feeling one way or the other. I thought it was going to be a close game. And it was, obviously, but I think that, you know, to come here into this situation in Game 7, I mean, this is unbelievable. You know, Game 7, it just proves another reason why the Giants are so awesome. The organization's awesome. We just won. I mean, it took 7 games and we got it done. There's nothing. I mean, this will be a memory for a long time for me. I'm so happy I got to come to the park today.
All right, go put those rings on your boys' fingers. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Jeremy, thanks. Back to you.
Okay, thank you. There's the reaction back at the Civic Center in San Francisco for a team that won it in 2010, 2012, 2014 against the Rangers, the Tigers, and now the Royals. The celebration has started, and for the trophy presentation here in Kansas City, down to Erin Andrews.
Joe, thank you so much. And for the 3rd time in 5 years, congratulations to the San Francisco Giants. Joining me on stage right now is a man who has led this sport since 1992, and tonight will be passing out his 23rd Commissioner's Trophy. Of course, the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Mr. Bud Selig, the President of the San Francisco Giants, Larry Baer, and the General Manager, Brian Sabean, and of course, the Giants manager, Bruce Bochy. Mr. Selig?
Thank you, Aaron, very much. And for the 8th time in your storied franchise history, and for the 3rd time in 5 years, which is really remarkable when you think of all the competitive balance we have. To think that you've won 3 world championships in 5 years is remarkable. So, Larry, and Brian, and Bruce, congratulations. The Commissioner's Trophy to the 2014 World Champion San Francisco Giants.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Hey, Commissioner, it's an honor coming from you. I want to say that we play a team sport. I've never seen a team play as together. I think it's really a role model for all teams. These guys have heart. We've had highs and lows, as all teams do, and the way they got through them this year is just amazing. And I'm very, very proud, as are all Giants fans everywhere, of what they've accomplished and what Brian's accomplished with his group and Bruce. It's just stirring, and it's not new. It's happened before.
And I know as you were just watching that shot there of all your fans back home, you got a little misty. Brian, you were misty after you guys beat the Cardinals to win the NLCS. Tonight you came up on this stage and told me you were shaking. How do you even put a performance like you just saw by Madison Bumgarner into words?
Well, this is our baseball Camelot. These guys are so special in so many ways. Their character, their people skills far exceed their talent. That's amazing because they just won the World Championship. But I'm floored, very humbled and blessed to be in this position. This is great for our city, great for our fan base. Obviously, the organization, player development, scouting, front office, coach, training staff, coaching staff, players. We can't thank everybody enough because this is a historic day for us.
We just had a great moment on camera there of you hugging Pablo Sandoval, who also had an incredible October. What does he mean to you?
He's part of our core players that have made us what we are today. He was born in the system, and he's an exciting player to watch. He's infectious in the clubhouse, and he just comes to play baseball like it's supposed to be played. He's a man's man, but he plays like a little boy.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Boch. Let me bring you on over now. I actually got to see you on the field for a few minutes out there hugging your guys, and I think I saw some tears in your eyes. You also just told me you were numb. Take me back now to the bottom of the 5th. When Madison comes in, what did you expect that you could get out of him tonight?
Well, he kept telling me. He says, I'm good. I'm telling you, I'm ready to go. And he said, just put me in anytime. And it really couldn't have worked out better. I know Huddy had his struggles, but the plan was to use Jeremy early and hopefully get to the 5th inning. And our horse was out there, and we rode him, and it's historic what this kid's done, and really, truly amazing. And all these guys, I'm just honored to manage this group of warriors. I mean, they were relentless the whole time, and really just kept amazing me throughout the playoffs.
You stayed away from him, and Buster Posey said there was no conversation, but what was the thought process in terms of, do I take him out? Do I keep him in? What was going on?
Well, he was throwing so well, there's no way I could take him out. I'd just get on him and ride him. I mean, again, it's just amazing what he did. But you know, the innings were easy, and you know, we had his pitch count about where he ended, and he said he was exhausted at the end. And but you know, also I'd like to say congrats to the Royals. I mean, what a great series and a year they had, and it's just great for baseball. And again, this is, you know, we're all numb from all this.
I think we're going to bring in the MVP right now, but as he's making his way up here, Boch, you told us you didn't even want to think about what your legacy was if you would win your third ring, but what separates this time around?
Yeah, they're all special, and but this one I will say was a lot tougher. I mean, we had to deal with you know, some injuries, Kane, Pagan, and of course the wild card. This road was a lot tougher. We had to beat the odds. Winning today, we knew what they were, but you know, these guys have shown they don't care about the odds, and they found a way to get it done.
You still numb? You told me you were numb when you came in here.
Yeah, no, I
got some feeling back?
Oh yeah, it's starting to come back.
Congratulations, Boch. Thank you so much. All right, now to present the MVP award presented by Chevrolet, we have from Chevrolet the regional zone manager, Rick Wilde.
Thanks, Madison. Congratulations. As the official sponsor or the official vehicle of Major League Baseball, Chevrolet is proud to participate in this prestigious award. Along with our dealers, we are also extremely honored to give back to this sport by supporting baseball in cities and towns across this nation. At Chevrolet, we have also been proud of the latest and greatest technology in our truck lineup, which is the all-new 2015 Chevy Colorado. It combines class-winning and leading, you know, technology and stuff with Wi-Fi powered by OnStar, sitting there on the screen. To recognize your performance in this 2014 World Series, I proudly present to you very own set of keys to a brand new 2015 Chevy Colorado. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Madison, congratulations. Won the most valuable player award in the National League Championship Series. Now here again in the World Series. 3 victories, most innings pitched in the postseason. Remarkable performance. Congratulations. You did the sport and the Giants proud. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Your manager said he was numb, and your general manager said he was shaking. How are you holding up? You're the one that's worked so hard.
Yeah, I'm a little tired now. Yeah. I can't lie to you anymore. It's awesome. You know, we're truly blessed to just have this opportunity to be here, and couldn't be any more thankful for it. Absolutely. Well, go congratulate with your teammates. You haven't been with them yet, and I know you're going to have some fun in there. Yes, thank you. All right. Let's bring in Pablo Sandoval. Is he in here? There he is. Oh, he's been having all the fun. What's that? Oh, no, you can take that with you. That's yours, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Happy.
Oh, I can imagine. I saw you, obviously, after you beat St. Louis to win the NLCS, and you were bawling. You said this one was different. Now that you've won the World Series, how different is this?
It's always different, you know, all the drama we have. Playing 7 games in the World Series, you know, it's exciting. You know, for both teams, they do a great job, especially with the way we win it. You know, we never give up, never give a cent to be here. So we work hard to be here together and play in the World Series.
You told me before the game that you were going to get up in front of the team and basically just say, play it like it's the last game of your life. We had a great shot of you talking to rookie Joe Panik. What was the message before the game and during the game that you were spreading?
I just told them, you know, play this game like your last game of your life. Shine like you are. Do the best that you can. Everything out there, do the best you can. You know, give it 300% for your teammate, 300% for the fans, and for all the guys out there.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Joe, back over to you.
All right, Aaron, thank you again. The final score here in game number 7. A 1-run affair. 3-2 the final. He was the MVP of the NLCS. He is the MVP of the World Series. Has anybody ever been more deserving? 3-0 this World Series, ERA under half a run. They rode him. He delivered. Kevin and the guys coming up. Giants win it.